Good morning, Heathlands, and welcome to week 31 of Heathlands at Home extended broadcasts. This week so far we've had
Nick's exercise Monday at 11:30, and this week we had no issues.
Yay! And Art Live with Helen Tuck was on Monday at 1 p.m. This week making sun catches again, but with tissue paper this time.
On Tuesday we had
Desert to Hear with Wendy at 10:30.
Followed by Signing with Nick at 11.
Heathlands Quiz of the Week at 1 p.m. and we won again.
How do we do it?
Coming up today from Heathlands at Home.
On Facebook at 11 after us is Workout with Maria live.
Live lunch from 12 p.m. to 12:45 p.m.
Cooking social with Jackie and the team from the Green Bubble.
Today they are making pork and peach kebabs with little gem salad. Ooh.
If that sounds good to you, then join Jackie and the team at 1 today live over Google Meet or on Facebook.
Oh, coming up right now we have
a guest presenter with something to read you.
Last Wednesday was the last day of the 30 Days Wild. The activity was to write a poem about nature.
So today we have someone very special to read the poem that they wrote.
Hello everyone at the Wildlife Trust and the Heathlands Project. My name's Sarah Farm and I go to the farm 2 days a week. I've been there today, so today is and I understand it's the last day of 30 Days Wild. So I know that everyone's doing their nature poems. So what I'm going to do is write something a little bit more different as a poem. And I called it Wildlife Trust, our friend. It's like my little thank you to the Wildlife Trust. Wildlife Trust, our special friend. The very sad 30 Days Wild has come to an end. But we give you our special thank you for being such a huge help. Even throughout this tough time, you really pulled us through. You gave us a lot of fun stuff to do, too. Once again, we thank you, Wildlife Trust, and all you have done for many years and activities to come. This year has been so much fun. And also the Heathlands Project thanks you too for everything you have done. So I hope you like that poem until the near future for 30 Days Wild. See you guys soon. Bye. As you've seen this week, we had yours truly reading the poem that I wrote.
What and who we will have next time then, I wonder.
Still to come this week, we have
Nick's Football Stroke Sports Fanatics live social group on Thursday at 1:30.
Also on Thursday we have
Dancing to Hear with Wendy, the seated version.
Heathlands Book Club with Jeanette and Susan is on Thursday too.
And on Friday, Tai Chi with Annette.
Which brings us to the main event of our Heathlands at Home broadcast.
The most popular part of the Heathlands at Home broadcast.
We have another brilliant new book to read to you, and be prepared.
Now, today I'm going to read. Now, I've heard how much you guys loved the Dinosaur That Pooped books. I think, I'm not sure. but so today, I'm going to read The Dinosaur That Pooped a Planet. Yes, you heard me. A planet. Danny and Dinosaur liked to have fun. Some days they had lots, some days they had none. One day they were bored, they had no games to play. Danny said, "Dinosaur, what shall we do today? We could mow the lawn, we could tidy the place, we could do our chores, or we could go to space." "But you mustn't forget to have lunch," said their mummy. You cannot have fun without food on your tummy. That's true. That's true. So they packed a packed lunch for the science museum where rockets were kept if you wanted to see them. There were hundreds of rockets and spaceship surprises, tall ones and small ones of all shapes and sizes, and one that was ready to launch with a door big enough for a boy and his pet dinosaur. They ignored all the warnings, they couldn't care less. They pressed all the things they shouldn't have pressed. T minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition! They started their intergalactic space mission. They flew higher than houses and buildings and cranes, much higher than birds, even higher than planes. "We're in space," Danny yelled as they floated around, but the dinosaur's tongue made a rumbling sound. Oh dear. "Is it time to have lunch?" Danny looked at his watch. Then he looked all around for the dino's lunchbox. Danny started to worry, then started to panic. They'd left their packed lunches back home on their planet! So with no food on board, not the smallest of crumbs, a disastrous dinosaur feast had begun. Boy. It gobbled up gadgets and gizmos galore. Nothing was safe from the space dinosaur. Robots and ray guns and blinking red blinkers, eating things up, brought up by NASA's greatest thinkers. The hyperdrive gamma reactor machine was swallowed along with the space tractor beam. He does not care, does he? It chewed and it chomped on the spaceship controls. The rocket was dotted with Dino's tooth holes. Inside it was bare, the spaceship was empty. Outside there were more things to eat. There was plenty. It broke down the door with a cool ninja chop. Out in space, dinosaurs are much harder to stop. It chomped on the moon like a big chunk of cheese, then shoved even more in its mouth with a squeeze. Bye. It munched on the Martians from Mars and their cats. Their cats are like our cats, but their cats wear cool hats. What? Satellites, Saturn and 6 supernovas. Shape-shifting saucers and 7 space rovers. It guzzled 5 gallons of fuel from the tank. Oh. And Danny's jaw dropped as he watched what it drank. With a crunch and a crack and a nom, 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 nom. In one dino gulp, their rocket was gone. Now nothing was left. All Danny could see was a fat dinosaur. The rocket should be. And so they were stranded with no way back home. Just Danny and Dino in space, all alone. And in space, no one can hear you scream. True. Now Danny was crying. He cried and he cried. He cried and his tears filled his spacesuit inside. Unless they were going to stay there forever, the dinosaur needed to do something clever. Oh boy.
The usual.
With the feeling of guilt Deep down in its gut, its brain brewing a plan involving its butt. It knew there was only one thing it could do. To get back home, it needed to, you guessed it, poo. Like a poop-powered rocket, the dinosaur flew. Dan hopped on its back and he watched as it pooed. The things NASA's thinkers thought up were now stinkers. It pooped out the moon. It pooped out the stars. It pooped the space rockets. And the Martians from Mars. Can't get any worse. When Danny looked back, he could see a poop trail. From far out in space to the dinosaur's tail. They headed for Earth and they started to orbit. It pooped on the clouds, but the clouds just absorbed it. They flew past the buildings and the streets of their town, leaving the houses all smelly and brown. And finally landed back on the ground. Hooray, Danny cried. We are home safe and sound. They looked to the sky and the things that were pooped had formed a poop planet right next to the moon.
In an asteroid belt.
And so Danny promised to listen to Mummy, because fun is not fun without food in your tummy. And just when you thought all the pooping was done, a Mars cat plopped out of the dinosaur's bum.
Do you think a couple of members from Muckbly had written these books?
We are back again the same time next week with another awesome book to read you.
Have a great rest of your week and stay safe and stay happy. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.